Good morning. Today we will be discussing the chapter Last Leaf in the book Moments, written by O. Henry. O. Henry is the pen name of William Sidney Porter. William Sidney Porter was an American short story writer, poetry writer, and non-fiction writer. But he was famous for his short stories. Okay. His short stories are known for their surprise and witty narration, surprise endings. The endings are always unexpected. So his stories were very famous. And some of his short stories, the famous short stories, one of them is The Gift of Maggie and The Ransom of Red Chief, The Cabbage and Kings, and The 4 Millions. There are many stories that he has written. The stories, they were compiled together and published in volumes. So he was famous for his short stories. Today, what we are going to read is one of the uh, famous short story that he had written, The Last Leaf. This story also has a message. So let us see the story. His story is about two girls, right? These two girls, the name of the two girls was Sue and Johnsy. Okay, Sue and Johnsy. They were the two girls. Both were artists, and they shared a small flat. They used to live together. The flat was on the third story of an old house. That means these two girls who were aspirant artists, they were learning, and they had rented a house on the third floor. Now, what happened that these two girls, Johnsy and Sue, in November, Johnsy fell ill. Okay, and she was detected with pneumonia. Pneumonia is, a fever, a disease of fever where your lungs are affected. Okay, uh, and in November she was ill and she was lying in the bed. And what she used to do, that from her window she could see outside. So from her window, she would gaze outside. She would look outside and concentrate on the plants that were grown outside her window. Now, Sue, who was her friend, she called the doctor because she was not well. She was suffering from pneumonia. And the doctor said that although I am giving her medicines, she is not improving. She must be having some problem. There must be some problem going on in her mind. So the doctor asked Sue, Johnson's friend, what is the problem? She said there is no problem. She is just fine. She is not recovering. But why are you asking? The doctor said that there must be something going on in her mind that she is not getting well. Otherwise, if the medicines that I am giving her, if they would work, she would be fine. But there is uh, some problem that she doesn't want to live. Okay, and if someone thinks that I don't want to live, that means there is a problem. Okay, so Johnsy, who had decided that she would not live, she did not say anything to her friend Sue. But Sue was concerned about Johnsy's health. So she thought that she would make her friend realize how important it is to live. And then she started talking to her. You know what girls talk about most? That is fashion and clothes. So Sue started talking with Johnsy about fashion and clothes. But Sue was not interested. Although, when these two friends used to talk about clothes and fashion, they would cheer up. right? They would like to buy new dresses, they would like to wear the fashionable clothes. But here, Sue was discussing all these things, but Johnsy was not at all interested, right? Now, she was lying in her bed, and Sue, what she did, that she wanted more money. She wanted money to pay to the doctor, for the medicines of Johnsy. They did not have enough money. Right? They were not very rich. They were poor. But Sue had taken care of Johnsy, and now they needed money. So what Sue did was she wanted to paint. Okay, she wanted to paint so that she would sell the painting and earn the money for Johnson's medicines. Now, as she was painting, she started whistling so that Johnsy would also feel good. And then she heard Johnsy speaking something. And Johnsy, when she looked out of the window, she started murmuring 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and then she was counting backward. Now, Sue went near her, and then she saw that she was counting the leaves of the ivy plant. Okay, ivy plant, you know what is it? Ivy plant is a poisonous plant, but it is a creeper. It clings to the walls. Okay, it clings to the walls and climbs, and it is a wonderful plant, right? Because in it symbolizes eternal life, because it is evergreen plant. Okay. Now, in ancient Egypt, ivy was dedicated to Osiris. Okay, he is a god who represented immortality. That means the plant would never die. It is evergreen. So it was dedicated to god Osiris. And in Greece, it was the plant of Dionysus, because it was very vigor, right? Its vigor was so much that it was equivalent to uh, Dionysus. Okay, so ivy plant, green creeper, it was clinging to the walls of the next building, and there were leaves on it. So she started counting. Johnsy started counting, backward counting. Okay, she was counting backward. She saw that the outside the house, on the wall, the ivy creeper was there, and the leaves were falling in the strong wind. Okay, and as it was falling, she was counting. So Sue asked Johnsy, "What is it?" So Johnsy said, "They are falling faster." Okay, now 3 days ago there were hundreds of leaves on this ivy plant. Now there are only five left. So Johnsy was very troubled to see the leaves falling. But Sue said that it is autumn time and the leaves would fall. Okay, it is obvious. During the autumn, the trees shed their leaves. So Sue said it is obvious. The leaves are going to fall, and then again, when the spring comes, the leaves will grow. Okay, so he says, I don't know. Johnsy was not convinced, right? She said that for the last 3 days, when she was in bed, she was suffering from pneumonia. She was looking out of the window, and she said, in the last 3 days, the hundreds of leaves have fallen, and now only five leaves are left. Okay, and then she says that when the last leaf would fall, I am going to die. Okay, when the last leaf would fall, I would die. Okay, but Sue was not convinced with this. She said that no, the doctor is giving you the medicines. You're going to recover. Okay, but uh, Johnsy is not convinced. She says, no, I will die when the last leaf would fall. Okay, so Sue tried to motivate her that no, it is not going to happen. You are going to be well. The doctor is giving you the medicines. I am giving you the soup. Drink the soup. Okay, now Johnsy again saw outside, and then she says, Now only four leaves are left. Okay, one of them fell down. When the last leaf would fall, I will die. Okay. Now John C said that you don't look out of the window. I'm going to paint, and you don't look out of the window, because if you look out of the window, you are going to feel the pain, right? And you are going to feel that you are going to die. Okay. Now she says that you try to sleep. I have to paint an old miner, right? I have to paint an old miner. Sue said that she had to paint an old miner, and that is why she wanted Behrman to be the model for her. Behrman was himself a painter who was living on the ground floor. Okay, on the third floor, these two girls were living, and on the ground floor, Behrman was living, who was around 60 years old painter. Okay, his dream was to paint a masterpiece. What is a masterpiece? You know, masterpiece is something which every generation coming, next and next generation, they are going to remember that particular painting that he had painted. Just like we still know Leonardo da Vinci, who painted Mona Lisa. So Mona Lisa is called the masterpiece of Leonardo da Vinci, or like the Last Supper. So the paintings which are fabulous, which are unique, they are called the masterpiece, liked by everyone. So Behrman, who was himself a painter, he wanted to paint a masterpiece, and that is why he was there. Okay, now he accepted Sue's request to be the model for the old miner. So he came there, and he discussed the situation of John C. with Sue. Sue said that she is running a high temperature, okay, and she doesn't want to eat anything, and that is troubling me, okay. So Behrman came to see John C. Now John C. when they came, they did not make any sound. They tiptoed. Tiptoed means they came without making any noise. Okay, and then he saw that there was an ivy plant outside, and there was only one leaf that was in the plant. Okay, that was the last leaf which was remaining, and it was raining heavily, and it was very cold, right? It was very cold, it was raining, and it seemed that the leaf would fall any moment, right? Any moment the leaf would fall, because it was the last leaf that was on the ivy plant. So both of them came out of the room very quietly. Behrman did not say anything, right? And he went back to his room. Now, John C. and Sue, they were sleeping the whole night. And next morning, when John C. got up, she was very, very weak. Okay, why she was weak? Because she was not having any food. She was not having any food because she thought that she was going to die when the last leaf would fall. So there was a set conception in her mind that when the last leaf would fall, she would die. And to make it happen, she was not eating and drinking anything. She was not having soup, she was not having food, and she was not interested in taking the medicines. Right? Now, next morning when the two girls woke up, the curtains were drawn, okay, they were opened, and then when they looked outside, they saw that there was still that last leaf on the wall. Okay, the last leaf was on the wall, and it clung to the wall, it was not moving. Okay, now Sue was very excited when she saw the last leaf. She said that there is still one leaf, and it is green and healthy. I thought that this heavy storm and heavy winds, cold, chilling winds, it would make this leaf fall down. Okay? Now Johnsy said that yes, I also heard this wind last night, and I thought that the leaf would fall down, and when the last leaf would fall down, I am definitely going to die. So I thought that I will die today, right? Okay. Now Sue was very energetic, and then she said, "You won't die. You have to live for your friends, right? Why don't you think about me? I am your friend. I'm taking care of you. You're not going to die. If you die, what will happen to me?" So both were very good friends. Now Sue here, when she assured John C., she was not so much convinced. Every hour she used to look out of the window, see at the ivy plant, and if the leaf would fall, she would die. But the leaf did not fall. It seemed clinging to the creeper, right? Okay, it was stuck to the creeper. It stuck to the wall. It did not move. In the evening, there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Johnsy continuously looked at the leaf. Okay, and then she called out Sue. And then she said that, this leaf has not fallen. See how strong this leaf is, how adamant this leaf is. Okay, the storm did not do anything to the leaf, the rain did not do anything to the leaf, but see how bad I am. You have looked after me so nicely, and I have not thought of you. I was just thinking of myself, and not it was not reality that I was going to die. She said that I am not going to die. Now I will cooperate with you because it is a sin to want to die. Okay. It was the desire of the last leaf to survive the storm. If that leaf can overcome the storm and the rain, I am a human being. Why can't I live? Right? This is what she thought. And then she was a totally changed Johnsy. She drank the soup, and then she sat on the bed. She made her hair, and now she was happy and bright, as if she wanted to live. When the doctor came, he said, "Now Johnsy has the will to live, and then she is going to recover very soon." Right? Because she has the desire to live. Okay, if you don't have the desire, you can't achieve anything. But if you have the desire, you have to work for it, right? You automatically start working for what you want. That is the desire. You want to achieve something. You work hard to achieve it. Here, Johnsy now had the desire to live. And when this desire to live was awakened in Johnsy by the sight of the last leaf which survived the storm and the rain, she had her soup, she had her medicines, she followed what the doctor said, she tidied herself, right? Okay, she combed her hair and everything, right? Now, the doctor who had come to see Johnsy, he said that I have to go to look Mr. Behrman, who was ill for the last 2 days, right? And today he is no more. Okay, the doctor said that he had died. Okay, now Johnsy, when she told the doctor did not say, the janitor said it. Doctor had been looking after Behrman. Janitor is a person who looks after the affairs of the buildings, right? If you need something, the janitor would fulfill it. So the janitor is a person who looks after the building. Okay, so the janitor informed Sue that uh, he had died. Behrman had died. Okay, so Sue told that to Johnsy that Behrman had been ill for 2 days. He was also suffering from pneumonia, and now he is no more. Okay, now the caretaker, the janitor, he had informed that his clothes and shoes were wet because he had been out in the rain the night before. Okay, and he was shivering with cold. He had pneumonia, and they found a ladder, a lantern, okay, and some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. Okay, now Sue said that look out of the window and look at the ivy leaf. Okay. Now, Sue says, did you ever wonder this leaf that is that is on the ivy plant on the wall, it is not fluttering, it is not moving, even if the wind is blowing. Right? Why is it not moving? Because it is not a live leaf. Okay? Right. It is It was a painting by Behrman. He had painted the leaf on the wall on the night when he had come to see Sue and John C. Right? On the night he had come to see John C. and he had seen the last leaf on the ivy plant, and he had gone out and he had painted that leaf. Okay, and then Jansi Su says that it is Behrman's masterpiece. Okay, it is masterpiece. Why is it called the masterpiece? Because that has brought hope to Jansi. Okay, it had the painting of the leaf had brought hope to Johnsy. She had become cheerful. She had thought that that particular leaf which can survive the storm and the winds, why can't I fight with my illness? Right? And then she had decided that she would live. So this hope was created by Mr. Behrman, who had painted the leaf on the wall. Okay, so it was his masterpiece. Behrman, who had a dream of painting a masterpiece, so it came true when he got a chance to paint a leaf. Okay, and it brought back Johnson's desire to live. Right? So he sacrificed his life when he went out in the storm, when he went out in the chilly wind and painted the leaf on the wall. Right? That was the masterpiece created by Behrman, which brought life to Johnsy, which created a desire to live, which created a hope, which arose a hope in Johnsy to survive, to fight pneumonia. Right? This is something for which O. Henry is known. The surprise ending. We did not expect that that leaf would be painted. We expected that Behrman would come and then he would convince John C. and then she would try to fight the disease. But what actually happened? Behrman lost his life when he, in that chilly wind, in that cold weather, he went out in the rainy season to paint the masterpiece, the last leaf, which would never fall. Right? It would never fall because it was not a real leaf, it was a painting. Right? And it would never fall. That is why Johnsy would have the desire to live. She would never wish to die. Right? Behrman's painting of a leaf on the ivy plant, which was being destroyed by the heavy storm, it becomes a masterpiece. Not only because of its accurate and realistic depiction of a leaf on the plant, but due to the context in which the leaf was painted and the outcome of the painting that was achieved. He had painted with the intention that it would bring new hope and desire in Gen Z to live, to survive. And the effect that it had, the outcome that it had achieved, it did achieve the outcome when Gen Z saw the leaf fighting the storm, and then she realized that if that leaf can survive all that uh, unfavorable conditions, why can't she live? Right? And that is why she went on living. Right? Uh, there is symbolism which is used, right? The green leaf symbolizes hope and renewal and revival, right? It is also a symbol of growth and fertility, whereas the dry leaves, it was autumn time and the leaves were falling, they were dry leaves, they were brown leaves, they are a symbol of sadness, okay, a symbol of death. Okay, so the green leaf and the brown leaf, that is the leaves which were decaying and which were falling, that is depicted by the hope and the death respectively, right? The moral of the story is that even if we have to face bad things in our life, we should always help our loved ones. Here, it is a friend who helps you in need. Here, Sue was the friend who helped John C. not just to cope with the illness, but also to come out of the grief that she was having, that the last leaf would fall and then she would die. So, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The second moral of the story is belief is a powerful agent of change. Belief in something. Here, John C. believed that the last leaf would fall and then she would die. And then she started getting better because she believed that she can get better, because if the last leaf can face all these storm, and she can also face it. This was the belief that she had. And Mr. Behrman, who was able to paint his ultimate masterpiece driven by his belief in its purpose. And the purpose was to give John C. the will, the hope to survive, to live. Okay, there are some word meanings which have been written here. You can go through that. Thank you.